Hello, my name is Bethany Ellis, and I work as a storyteller. Not everybody knows exactly what that is, so I thought I should give a demonstration. I am going to tell the first part of a folk tale that I often tell to Division 2 students. This story comes from the Brothers Grimm. My book is more than 100 years old, but the stories in it were collected more than 200 years ago, and I think they stand the test of time. Here is my version of Prudent Hans. Hans was a great big fool. I think he had yogurt for brains, but he must have been a good-looking fool because he did have a girlfriend. And every day that he would visit Greta's house, she would give him a present. One day, she gave him a sewing needle. Now this was so precious to Hans. He did not want to lose it. So he held on to it very tightly, using both hands. He walked along staring at it, and he fell into a ditch. He almost got run over by a neighbor who was driving by with her cart. And she said, Hans, you look like you could use some help. Come on, hop on up here. I'll give you a lift home. I'm going right by your farm. So Hans jumped up, and as they rode along, he thought to himself, this cart is going to my house. Everything in the cart is also going to my house. This needle will also go to my house, even if I drop it in the back with the load. And that's what he did. Unfortunately, the load was a load of hay. When they got to Hans's farm, he looked through the hay in the back. He looked high, he looked low. He got hay in his hair, he looked like a scarecrow. He got hay, down the back of his shirt, very itchy. He even, got hay in his underpants, which was very uncomfortable. But he could not find the needle. The driver said, Hans, would you hurry it up? My horses are raring to go. And he said, tell the horses to be patient. Tell them to hold their horses. I'll find that needle any second now. And the woman said, you put a needle in my cartload of hay, and you think you're going to find, get off my cart. So Hans went into his house, and his mother greeted him. Hans, she said, did you visit Greta today? Yeah, he said, I did. She said, did she give you another present? Yeah. Well, where is it? What did she give you? Well, Mama, she gave me a needle, and I tried to bring it home in a cartload of hay, and I just couldn't find it. His mother said, Hans, of course you couldn't find a little needle in a cartload of hay. Hans, look, if she gives you another needle, this is what you do. Take hold of the needle, roll down your sleeve, hold on to the cuff. Take the needle, poke it through the cloth. Don't poke it in your arm, Hans. Just poke it through the cloth. And then you can carry it home and you won't lose it. Oh, said Hans, that's a good idea. Mama, I'll remember next time. But the next time he visited Greta, she did not give him another needle. She gave him a knife with its own sturdy leather sheath. And as he started walking home, he thought, wait a minute, what did my mom say? How am I supposed to get stuff home? Oh, I know. Well, he took off the sheath. He said, I won't need that. And he rolled down his sleeve, and he took the knife, and he poked it through his shirt and poked it again, and he carried home the knife. And he said, Mama, look, I did just what you said. And his mother said, oh, Hans, look at your sleeve. You've ripped 2 holes in it. Hans, that is not how you bring home a knife. Look, didn't it come with a covering? Didn't it come with a sheath? A sheath of some kind? And he said, yeah. She said, Hans, you should have kept it in the covering. And then, well, Hans, don't you have a pocket? I do. Hans, she said, pockets are for carrying things. You should have put the knife in your pocket. Oh, said Hans, that's a good idea. Don't you worry, Mama, he said. I'll remember next time. But the next time he visited Greta, Greta said, Hans, my love for you is so alive. I want to give you a present that's alive. So she took him by the hand and she led him to the barn and she showed him where the barn cat had just given birth to a litter of kittens. And she picked up the softest, fuzziest little kitty and she gave it to Hans. And Hans said, oh, you were so cute. Yes, you are. You were so soft. Oh, bless your little whiskers. You were so gorgeous. And he shoved it in his pocket. The cat was not happy. The cat went, meow, meow. It ripped Hans's shirt. It ripped his sleeve. He was bleeding by the time he got home. And he said, Mama, sometimes you, ow, have good ideas, but this ow, it was not one of them. His mother said, Hans, don't tell me that you have a live animal in your pocket. Hans said, okay, but I do. His mother said, Hans, that is not how we treat animals around this farm. Now take that animal out of your pocket. Oh, the poor little thing. Hans, she said, if Greta gives you another little animal, this is what you do. You hold it, well, in your hands, or maybe you could put it up and carry it home on your shoulder. Oh, said Hans. Oh, okay, Mutti, he said, that's what I'll do next time. But if you are any good at listening to stories, you've probably started to predict that Hans will not exactly use his brains the next time. I would like to thank Young Alberta Book Society for sponsoring Yabs TV.